Okay, so for the next dish that I have, which is one of my favorite, does not require cooking. It's an apple, broccoli, and carrots, some seeds, if you can eat seeds, and a sauce that we make. And it's a fantastic salad for the summer, the winter, and all year round. Slice the apple first and put it in a little bit of a lemon juice. It's fresh lemon juice that I put just to prevent it. We don't want to serve something that looks black, it oxidizes, and the air that comes with contact with the apple will cause it to turn black. And so this is the only things that if you want to prepare in advance the night before, you can chop everything. The apple would be the last thing to do. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Can you leave the skin on? Yes, if you wash it very carefully, you may. If you prefer not to use the skin, it's really up to you. I'm going to use the skin. What you do is you're going to hold on to the apple and you're going to slice plunks around the core, not reaching the core. This way you don't have to really bother with the inside of the apple. You just, on all four sides, just to slice as much closer. And the last one. So here the work would be slicing the vegetable in the way that you should slice. The rest is really mixing, so it's really, really pretty easy dish. If you are a beginner and you don't want to stack things because they wobble, I found out that many years ago when I started to cook, about 40 years ago, I found out that it took me longer to stack and to be careful not to wiggle than to just chop one at a time. So it's up to you. If you feel that you can do it, by all means, but if not, one at a time, you just go away from you just slice them this size and you put them in the acid, in the lemon juice, so it'll keep it from not oxidizing. And if you do want to stack, of course, you can just put them together, and then with time consuming, you could just run your knife and slice. So that will be the apple. And you can slice it. Yes, there are today in the market machines that they can do this for you, and it's absolutely your option. I think it's very therapeutic to slice and get into the zone. And so the apple would be laying here, hanging around, and in the lemon juice, and that lemon juice also will add acidity to the sauce that we're going to make. The next one would be the carrot. As you can see, I did julienne already for you, but I want to show you how, again, as I explained with the potato, this is round and it can be very wobbly and very unsafe. So the first thing I could do is, since I know that I'm going to have these in this size, I don't have to deal with the entire. I'm just going to cut it in half, the size that I want the julienne to be. I'm going to shave one piece, and I'm going to put it on the side. Then now, this shaved piece is easy just to flip, and this is anchored. It's not going to move, and I'm going to cut planks away from you. My fingers always away. Don't worry about cutting the last one. I know it's going to be thicker than the others, but it's worth the safety. Just do not use it. It's not worth it. Then you either stack them or lay them one by one. I'm going to choose to stack them just because I'm doing it for so many years. And I'm going to go through, run my knife, and make sure they don't wobble. And then Harry gets this. So that was sort of easy. The other one is the broccoli, which is the star here, because that's what I really want my salad to be all about. So the broccoli, as you know, it has the crown, which has florets, and it has the stem, which a lot of people has a tendency to throw it away because they don't know what to do with it. Some people slice it, put it in lemon juice, and you can eat it raw. For these purposes, the end is always tough, so we're going to get rid of the end. Try to get as much as you can, and I'm just going to show you one piece of the stem. So the stem has the inner is very, very soft and delicious, but it has a very tough skin. You can almost see where the tough skin begin and it ends. So what you do I'm going to use a smaller knife. If you can just start peeling, and it'll be easier, just not even towards the end, the skin is so tough that you will have no problem of peeling it. It's not wobbly. You're just going to peel this way, and you will reach the inner part, which is very, very soft. You can tell right away where it's becoming the soft part. And by the way, it's delicious. You can try it even like this. And crunchy and delicious. Then the same principle, we're going to just cut it in planks, and each planks we're going to cut it in julienne it. For the florets, I'm not going to spend the whole time to show you, but for the florets, pay attention that they don't have any yellow. Sometimes the outer portion become, it's not pretty to, I'm sure you can eat it, but it's not that pretty. So you could just leave it this way, and I just slice them in half and make them a little smaller for the salad. Sam is going to mix the sauce that it's going to go ahead. It has a vinegar, it has mayonnaise, and it has 1 teaspoon of honey. Go ahead, Sam, you can mix. For the salad, I'm going to add toasted pumpkin seeds, toasted sunflower seeds, and some cranberries. And of course, as I said, my recipes is always change. You can change the recipe by adding raisin as opposed to cranberries, if your preference. Once we get the sauce ready, I'm going to pour half of it in the bowl that I'm going to mix. And why am I doing this? Because I feel that when you pour the sauce on top of the vegetables, it doesn't really mix well. But when you coat the bottom of your dish with half of it and then coat the top of the dish with another, it's kind of did evenly. And same, you can add some salt there. And use your whisk, and we can whisk everything, and it's all ready to go. I like to taste, and I always suggest to you, my students, taste it to see. Do you want it to be a little sweeter? Do you want more vinegar? Do you want it to be more acidic? Perfect. That's good. We got it right. So you're going to pour half. And again, the reason why I'm pouring half is because I want even. So I'm going to pour half. And did you see how when I poured the half, kind of a circular motion? And the reason why I'm almost coating the actual bowl, so when my vegetables goes in there, I know the bottom is already. And as I told you before, because we used lemon, I still have a little bit more acidity in the lemon, but look at the apples. They didn't get black, or they kept their color, especially if you have a guest coming and you want to serve it in an hour. We don't want to serve black things and unappealing. The rest I'm going to eyeball. I'm going to put first few. That would be okay for me. And for you, you can do whatever you want. And some of the pumpkin and some of these sunflower seeds to give crunch. At the very end, I'm going to put the rest of so now I created sort of a sandwich in between. It's important to also mention that Sam did put some salt in here, because I find out, not a lot, but I found out that the salt and the sweetness, the honey that we use, works together. I once did it. I'm a cook. I've been cooking for 40 years, so I have a little experience that I once did this salad without actually using salt, and I felt that it needed something. And the salt draws the moisture from the vegetables and balance the sweet. So I think it's a good idea to put a little bit of salt. And then, again, if you followed my recipe and you felt that you cut too much carrots and too much of the apple, then use a good judgment. If you feel that it needs to have more sauce, by all means, then just create more. Follow the recipe and create some more. But I personally do not like to overdo anything. and I want to keep it unhealthy. So I'm trying to just coat it. If you eat it and you feel that you want more, then you can always do more. But to me, coating it to give it just the flavor, it's all about the vegetables. So basically, this is how it's going to look once you serve it. And same here. And I like to, just for the final, I like to sprinkle a little bit more of the, just to give it like a little decoration. Here's your salad. You can. I hope you would like it. I hope you are inspired to make this simple, delicious, and healthy.